We've got a feeling this is going to be a fairly short video, I think. Either way, we've got Pancake here, and she is going to be in the audience now and then. And here we have Mr. Peanut. Now, what I'm about to do is make some changes to the speaker. Or one change, really. I mean, I've been meaning to do this for a while. Just haven't gotten around to it. So I thought I might as well do it now because I've got nothing else to do. Isn't that right, Pancake? Doesn't care. Ain't that right, Peanut? Doesn't care. Now, I don't think I've mentioned this, but if you've got a sub that can pass low frequencies like mine, this song right here on my SoundCloud account, I've got a better version of this on Spotify, but the one here named Awakening, that's actually got some pretty low frequencies in two small parts of the song. The one on Spotify has a few more of it, and it's a more finished version of this song. So what I'll do right now is I'll just play two small parts of this song. I think, well, touch screen, completely forgot. I'll use the mouse instead. So the low parts are right there, and if your sub passes low frequencies, you'll be able to hear it. Otherwise, you won't even know it's there, which I'm guessing is why nobody else has commented on it. Before I take the sub out, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press play on the track, and hopefully you'll be able to see it move. And yeah, low frequencies in that song. Check it out if you want. If you don't want to, then it's all good. Also, it takes quite a bit of power to even make this sub move. I've got $2,000 going to it, but I've got the volume knob about a fraction of the way up, so there's barely any volume going to it. So I don't even need a lot to hear it. Anyway, you're gonna press play now. That's a low part. And again. I sorted this out on a Spotify version. The low bass is still in it. There's another bit. That actually shakes some of these doors in this house. And then it happens again a little further up. The speaker barely moves though. I'll turn up the amp briefly. Alright, well that made the cats jump. Well anyway, that should give you some idea as to what is in the song. I might do this some more in future songs. Okay, now I'm going to take the sub out. Finally! If you're on a phone, you should be able to see that quite well. And if you're watching this on a computer screen, then tilt your head. So here we have the box lying on its back. And now I'm going to take the sub out. Hopefully I don't trip over as I'm taking it out, because otherwise I'll be lying on my back. Now, in case you're wondering, this is my living room, in which I have an 18-inch sub. Some more speakers on the side. Got a workout bench behind me. I've got a exercise bike behind me too. Also, I've got some weight plates right there. I also don't live by myself. I live with a female. I hear a lot about guys, married guys, not being allowed big speakers in their living rooms, which is strange to me. Have you been neutered? Maybe it's something to think about. And if you're offended by that, maybe there's some truth to it. Now, I say a lot of things in my videos, a lot of which I leave out. Not too sure how much of this video I'll be censoring, but probably quite a bit. Don't want to offend anybody. Actually, don't really care. Maybe you shouldn't be so sensitive. My ceilings are at a reasonable height, but I'm pretty high up right now. Probably say about an 8 out of 10, which is quite nice. Right, now for my favourite part, taking it out. Right, so here we have the sub out of its box, and that there is not a wig, that is Pancake. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to play that track again, this time free air, so I'll turn up the amp a little bit more. Also, you might be wondering to yourself, these wires aren't thick enough for the amount of wattage this speaker is getting. Well, you see, they are thick enough because I use it for movies, home theatre. That's what it's connected to the amp for, and that is what it does here. So when it was in my car, I had $6,000 going through it, through 8-gauge wiring. I know what I'm doing. Chill. And this is free air. And here we have the thing I'm going to be removing. That is actually pretty loud, I might just leave it. It's actually a pretty good job there's more than one thing I was planning on doing with this. So, on to the second. Could do with a wireless mic. Wires are kind of annoying. So you see this is what I was planning on doing. So the sub has been sticking to the paint around here. And every now and then I take the sub out. This makes it difficult. So, with this right here, rotary tool, I'm going to sand away all the paint. You see, I don't always film things that you might want to watch, or that I think I want to film for you to watch. So this is what I'm doing right now. I thought you might be interested, seeing as though it's a sub. It involves a box, sub box. Other than that, don't know how entertaining it's going to be. It's not like you're paying for it. So now I could probably do with a vacuum. I have one, just need to get it. Right then. Vacuum, rotary tool, vacuum. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Could do with a wireless mic. Keep knocking the camera. Keep pulling on it. Right, let's give this a go then. I've actually just eaten a pizza. It's been about half an hour and it's pretty dark in this room, especially without this light on. See that? No, you don't see anything. Right, that should be good enough. Now I've just got to wait a bit before I can stand up properly. Oh, wait a minute, where's the mic? Right, there's my mic. What I was saying was, that should do. And now I've just got to wait a bit before I can stand up properly. I was bent over the entire time. And there we are, regular halogen bulb. Basically, I want to put the sub back in. So you can also tell the colour difference between the lights. One is LED, the other is halogen. Right, so this is now back in its place, and the sanding seems to have been done in just about the right areas, so shouldn't really have any more problems with this, hopefully, I think. Now that the sub is back in its box and the box is back where it should be, what I'm going to do is reset the volume on the amplifier powering the sub using the AV receiver, using this. And this is a microphone, as you can see, and this is going to connect to the AV receiver. When I do that, I'm going to get a menu that'll pop up. Well, I can get to the menu without putting this in, but that is how the AV receiver is going to help me set up the gain on the amp that's powering the sub. Now, I don't know if you've done this, but not a lot of AV receivers come with microphones, but some do. Mine did, and it came with this one. So this is just basically used by the AV receiver to set up its speakers, any speakers connected to it, and EQ them and stuff like that. So I'm going to put this in the seating position, and then I'll show you the menu. So this here is the menu that pops up when I plug in a microphone. I can choose between normal speakers or bi-amped speakers. So most of this menu is set up just fine. All I want to do is figure out what the sub level is. So the AV receiver is sending pink noise through to the sub, and that is what it is. Close enough. Turn it down just a little bit. Right, so we've got it at exactly 75 dB, and it'll go up 1 dB when I start talking, which I'm doing right now when it's not going up. 76. Right, so this is pretty much set now. Don't need to do anything else. The EQ takes care of everything else. When it comes to the sub anyway. I might just end up having to blur this, but there's a mover here called Cloverfield, and this has a lot of crazy lows in it. So what I'll do now is I'll just blur this like this, and that should do. Don't know if you can hear those lows right now, but that's shaking one of my doors. And there goes this door. Anyway, I'm going to leave this here. There is something else I needed to do, so I might just jump to that, seeing as though this video is a little all over the